Wassail Beautiful People, House Taurus. So, I've been looking every day into expanding on this deck so that I can produce a PDF, but I'm creating a whole series of different information sections that will go on the back of each card to help with the understanding of them, so you don't really need to pick up a booklet with this deck as such. And I've been working with my friend Misha and Cindy on looking at the magnum opus. So the four great work energies, the great work is magnum opus, that we go through in order to understand ourselves and our birth charts. And so they break down into different frequencies. So your birth chart will contain planets in different houses, and if you have something in Taurus, and I don't have anything in Taurus, but so you're going to be looking at the frequencies in that house in relation to you. Now it might be house 2, but it might be house 8, house 12, it depends, but you're looking for how these different aspects of this magnum opus build together within you to give you a better understanding of how, when we're born, there's an ego, chaos, darkness energy that just reaches out, grabs hold of you, and pulls you into despair. And that's that energy of being caught in a victim mentality. And then we have the energy of the self calm, how we calm the self as opposed to the ego by looking at other attributes that come from the energy of Taurus. And then there's subconscious wisdom, the third part, which is the energy of how we balance and integrate the ego and the self. And then the fourth part, which is worldly wise, is the frequency of the gifts that you bring to others when you've reached your inner balance. And I'm not saying it's something you're going to do overnight. It's something we probably do and move between different houses, different signs as different energies arise. But this series is to offer us a chance to look at the messages that each house zodiac sign frequency brings. So we're going to look at, first of all, and look, there's very strong energies that might trigger or upset you in the ego chaos. But the point of our ego chaos, it's the darkness that we have to go down into so that we can understand how to awaken to our truer self. So it's a natural pull. It's not something you should feel upset or worried or stressed about. It's something that you're using to identify energetic pulls that just keep drawing you towards darkness, depression, despair, that sense of hopelessness. But the point is that the reading is trying to tell you that it's not all lost. There's more that's available to you. There's a huge resource within your birth chart, but the natural tendency is that the darkness pulls first because we're in the physical world. So if we look at the ego chaos energies that draw on Taurus, we're looking at how you can be insensitive, how you can be unthinking, how you can be lazy, how you can be greedy, how you can be selfish, how you can allow vanity to rule you, how you love extravagance, and how at times you can be so unforgiving. And they're natural energies. They're not saying that you're a bad sign. They're saying these are the negative shadow aspects that you need to work with. So, who rules Taurus, Venus? Oh, I'm getting ringing in my left ear now. This is fixed Earth. I don't know why. They're putting this story in my head, and I will share it with you. When I was very small, because my mother, she had a 7-planet stellium in Taurus. Now that's some heavy shit frequency to be carrying. All that energy, all in one very fixed earth sign. And when I was very young, I used to, like when I was about 4 or 5, I used to be able to hear the voice of the earth, but I couldn't understand its language. It spoke in a masked language, but it sounded like a rock the size of the earth rolling on a pathway of rock, and in between the grinding, deep, really infrasound frequencies, in that space inside, there was a language that would reach out to me, and it used to really frighten me. And I think that that's the energy that is somehow there within Taurus. It's a fear of moving the Earth's path in a new direction. So we'll do the bells of Neptune, and then we'll resonate the F sharp of the heart, because you're ruled by Venus, the higher heart. There's something in that energy that was about a lack of confidence, and I was hearing a song. I heard a song with the last one as well, but for you I was hearing sing a song, make it loud and clear, last the whole day long. Sing a song, make it loud and clear. There's something about faltering. So, and that's that pathway again of the earth voice. You fear faltering, you fear tripping up, you fear that any change of direction might lead you onto a harder pathway. It's probably meant to. So, let's have the F sharp. Higher heart Venus. I can hear the throbbing of anxiety. It's the hummingbird, and that's the higher heart. I don't know whether you can see it. It just flew by. There's an anxiety in your heart somehow, of moving to a new path. I could hear your heart throbbing inside the F sharp. So, so they're showing me the energy of muddy waters, so clouded emotions. And the throbbing didn't go away. Your heart throbbing with anxiety resonated throughout all of those tones. And I think it's the pull of your ego chaos that's creating this. So let's go into that. I'll read the words again, not to poke you anymore, but just because I did all that slightly in the wrong order. So, insensitivity, unthinking, being lazy, being greedy, being selfish, being vain, being extravagant, and being unforgiving. Hummingbirds chirped on extravagance. So within this dark shadow energy, there's a message that you need to look at. So let's have that message. I'm going to give them a rifle because actually when I finished the last reading I put all the cards from Aries back into the rune deck instead of into the actual deck they belonged in. So what's the message please for Taurus on their ego chaos? I want you to also remember that when we look at these darknesses, they are darknesses associated with Venus. Venus isn't just all love and light. Venus has a kind of, can have an ugly possessive energy. And so it's not something you should blame yourself for. It's part of our learning curve to reach out to our higher frequencies. They don't shuffle well yet, but they do deliver the cards that we need to read. She's there. She's turned up. So it begins with Moon in Leo. Explosive creativity. The heart, the aorta, and the circulation. And it begins with the lower heart, the natural world. And it's leaden, heavy, weight. It's the oldest metal. And it's a journey to redemption that you seem unwilling to embark on. So for me, when the heart has two frequencies, it has a lower and a higher, and Venus is the higher heart. It's the F sharp. Venus rules your planet. It might be interesting to look and observe where Saturn is in your chart. But when we come down, when we're born, our pure and absolute full energy of love is divided. So the consciousness resonates on the F sharp of Venus, but the body's attachment to the love of the natural world around us, the earth, you are Taurus, you are fixed earth, is a different frequency. It splits our love. And now the ringings move to this ear. It's saying that this is the transformation from old energy to new. It's about bringing together your heart, your understanding of how you love others in the real world and love the real world, regardless of the pathway that the rock of the earth takes you on. You have Leo with Venus, and Leo is evaluation, being able to evaluate and to digest energies around you. There's a real sense that the anxiety takes form as a kind of stomach disorder. I mean, wind, you know, eating foods that upset your stomach and give you bad gas. There's something about your anxiety is interfering with your physical earthbound molecules, and that's because somehow your thoughts are so full of an anxiety that you can't allow any deviation from the pathway. And this thing of blood and circulation, it's like you're circulating the past, you're circulating old energies, you're not adapting and digesting. Catabolism is unlocking energy frequencies within molecules. Um, you're not able to do that when you're caught in your ego chaos. So unthinking there, see that unthinking nature that you can fall into, that kind of laziness, that can you get off the sofa and you're like, I'm really happy on the sofa. It's not like you even need a book or something interesting to watch on the telly or listen to on the radio. You're just happy on the sofa in some pajamas. And that digestion thing is consuming too much, not listening to your body, but just selfishly eating things that aren't necessarily aiding your progress to some kind of higher frequency. And your extravagance, they're showing me, kind of like a Roman Bacchus figure lounging on the sofa, dropping, and it's not grapes in the mouth, it's, fine Belgian chocolates and, loads of delicious greasy chips and things. It's whatever you want. You're being unthinking to yourselves. And this is about percolating. You need to think more. You need to consider. It's almost they're saying to me, you're too lazy to think. And that's not true. That's just a natural energy that keeps pulling on you. And to discern, to cogitate, to eliminate and to shift, that's what you've got to do. You've got to look at the fixed joys, and they do feel like joys. Kicking off your feet, lounging around on the sofa and feeding your face. It's an energy that you have to ask yourself, why do you want to do it? I'm being shown 515, this energy of the earth. It's a fixed earth energy, but it's not giving you your higher heart love. It's like not loving yourself enough, not respecting your molecules enough. The fact that the two parts of the heart are in their separate compartments is creating this. They're showing me that because Venus has copper, Venus is love, it's showing me how your frequency, that clouded muddy water, is like a kind of a verdigris oxidation on the surface of you that needs now to be polished off. So the next part, Taurus, is self-calm. So this is the energy of your higher self in many ways, the energy of your consciousness, rather than your physical ego-bound energies. The truth of the frequencies that you drove in and wrapped into the body creating the ego. What's the essence behind it? You're loving. You're one of the most loving signs because you're ruled by Venus. You bring social cohesion. You've got integrity. When you connect with your calmer self, you have integrity. And you have the reverse of laziness. You're hard-working. You're the bull that ploughs the fields, that churns the earth over, that uses your thoughts, swords, ploughs to take over, aerate things with new ideas. And you're so accommodating. And you're consoling. You're such a good listener when you can be asked. And you're deeply tender. So let's look at the messages behind these wonderful, beautiful energies of the self. So can we understand the self? I just immediately need to pick this up. This is polish and separate. This is to purify. This is that verdigris being polished away. You need to purify your ego by applying its opposition frequencies to unlock your higher self. And it's coming. We had this card with the with Aries as well. This is the Mona Hieroglyphica. This is the symbol of John Dee, and this is Great Sage, equal to heaven. And you've got this in House 10, because I've started to add the energies of houses to some of the cards so that we can begin to understand. If this is your House 10, then it's extra profound for you. But otherwise, I would suggest that you look at energies that you have in House 10. You might find you have in House 10, it might be your House Leo and you've got Moon in Leo. We've got Leo. So we've got, this is about the ego and the subconsciousness. It could be that in your House 10 you have Saturn, and then you need to know that the energy is about your physical love of the natural world rather than staying indoors on a sofa. And then you have it could be that is Venus in House 10? Your status, is that there? We're looking at a reference to your House 10 in terms of status. I'm just going to check something else on here on my little list. Yeah, this is about how you appear in the world. This is your ability to be noticed, to be seen. What I'm seeing is a kind of energy of, again, they just keep showing me you sitting on a sofa. That's not your natural home. Yeah, it's lovely, but it's not your natural place. Your place is in the real world, is to be bringing energies to others, is to be a great sage, is to be thoughtful. I think that's the key element here. You've got to actually bother to philosophize your way out of a malaise. So, anything else on the self? Oh, I'm not doing 26 cards. I think I'm going to have to... Oh, look, we're getting a little bit of a wind. Trying to blow away your ability to digest. As if to say, you're finding this video difficult to digest. You're not happy. So, can we please have... I feel like that one needs to come out. Palace. And that one. Oh, it's two. It's kind of got a third that's fallen, so let's go with it. So we're looking at social cohesion. We're looking at the ability to negotiate. We're looking at artisticness and wisdom. Let me see what these two are that's come with it. Okay, so emotional freedoms. This is Aries. It's almost like all that silty emotional stuff. You need emotional freedom. And this came out with Aries as well. Emotions are your Achilles heel. And yet they shouldn't be, because you're ruled by Venus. Emotion should be something very easy, but it's this fixed earth energy. Because we have the element of earth, physical truths, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And it's coming with sulfur, cardinal modality, the energies of Aries, Cancer, Libra and Capricorn. So this is about change. You have to change up the earth. You have to plough the earth so that you can make airspace to water the earth with your emotions. It's almost like you have a stagnant pool of emotions, and again, you're almost, you can't be asked. It's like, I really don't want to do that. They're showing me this as brimstone, as this sort of smoking, cleansing, smudging frequency that you need to do. But you need to fuel up your thinking. You need this negotiation. Is the negotiation between your desire to sit on the sofa and your desire to get up and plough the natural world and make a place for yourself in your house 10. It's a very grown up energy. I don't want to say to you grow up, but grow up. There's something very moody about me trying to push you off the sofa. It's that immovability, that rigidness, and yet congelation, which is the energy of Taurus in the alchemical process, is to take something and make it more viscous, to thicken something, to create a kind of, I want to say, a stickiness that is more, the more you work on it, the more it becomes like a kind of plaster clay to mold something new of yourself. And then we move on to your subconscious wisdom. So what are the energies that your higher self absolutely knows about you, that you absolutely know about yourself, but you don't really know how to connect with them? So you're devotional. Taurus, you're so devotional. You're so focused. You have enormous strength. You're sympathetic. You're dignified. And you're watchful. And they're the core elements that somehow I feel are hidden in plain view, but in the space between your two energies of the heart. And somehow you wire all of those in, and that will bring everything together to thicken your emotions. So, let's ask about that, shall we? So, subconscious wisdom, please. Tell Taurus, House Taurus, subconscious wisdom. Virgo. Which is interesting. Virgo is mutable earth. You're fixed. You're not being mutable enough. You have to make yourself more mutable. You have to allow change to enter into you. And look, this is fascinating. You had the sun in Leo as such, the moon in Leo. This time, you've got sun in Virgo, moon in Virgo. So again, it's the energy of moving through. It feels very much like this is a gift in the eclipse tunnel, but it's also about seeing, I want to say, seeing cycles through to an end. Seeing the energy of a year pass, seeing the energy of a month pass, month being moon, the motion of a moon. So you're beginning in this need to condense, to distill, to sort, to organize, to discern your essence. Be more Virgo. Be more Virgo. Be more Leo to change your ego, to transform the ego chaos. But your subconscious wisdom, be more Virgo. Be more organized. Trust the flow. Don't sit on the flow. Step out of the way and let the energy move. So, with Virgo, you have Aqua Vita. This is House 9. And House 9 is about travel, but it's also it's about higher education. It's about this energy of doing things in moderation, and that includes, because this is ethanol, this is alcohol, and it was believed that alcohol, when it was first worked into alchemy, that it would somehow bring medicinal benefits, and very often it can. You know, a little bit of alcohol every day helps circulation. But this is about you indulging. This is about the finding caution in, because it's alcohol, it's food and drink. You've got to work out your diet. You've got to somehow connect into that. Because the next card you've got is Soot. This is a card of finals. This is the last card in the deck. This is chaos. This is endings. When you filter away, when you pulverize, when you destroy, when you bring everything down to its core level, it's just black carbon. And your subconscious wisdom is to not head towards this frequency. It's to mutate it. After all, carbon is just waiting to be turned into something new. So you've got to wake up to this energy. You've got to move, travel. House 9 is travel. As I said, it's also higher education. It's also to philosophize, and it's to do with learning. You've got to learn to be new, and all of that information. 6992 12 3. This has got an energy. Sorry, there's a 5-8. There's a frequency here. No, hang on. 5-8 is 13 4 11 6 7 13. It's an energy of flowing. It's an energy, and this is the digestive tract again. You've got to bring a new flow to your thoughts, to your body, to your taste buds. You've got to look. It's almost like what you eat is choking you. It's like, it calms the stomach. Soot and carbon, activated carbon, they can be good in small doses, just like the alcohol. But you've got to refine your diet. You've got to refine your attitude to the physical world. And again, they're just drawing me to the lower heart and the higher heart. Reaching up and finding all those energies between will help you to mutate your frequency, to veer off the pathway that you are rigidly sticking to. So, once you connect with that wisdom and make these transformations and balance yourself, then we look at your worldly wise gifts. You can offer others determination. You offer others reliability. You offer others cooperation. You teach how to be cooperative, and you're stimulating. You become this energy that encourages, that inspires. So let's have a look. Taurus. Ooh. They were quite determined. Wow. Do you have Pisces? Pisces, to be empowered, it's projection. In the alchemical process, this is the point at which you've understood the truth of the Philosopher's Stone, which is your magnum opus, to create your truth. And you've got it coming with the Philosopher's Stone. It's telling me, because this is prima materia, all the molecules, all the fixed earth energy molecules, everything comes into alignment. The four parts, the ego, the self, the worldly wisdom, the subconscious wisdom, and then the gifts that you bring are all now within yourself. They're all in alignment, and they're all ready to be alchemized. Like you, I had a reading when I first did the cards, which told me that of all the signs Taurus has the greatest gift for materializing physical objects. And then you have aqua regia, and this is to dissolve gold. If you can dissolve gold, you can create gold. You offer the golden opportunities to others. Your gift is to transform, to bring new energies to other people's lives, to their worlds, because you now resonate fully in balance with your magical materializing frequency, because this empowering card is all about bending things to your will, commanding, charming. It's all these energies of sensualness. It brings your sensualness, and it brings your desire to heal others, the world, because you've healed yourself. So then you want to share that healing that you've discovered within yourself. So that's beautiful, Taurus. So next will be Gemini. Whether I want to do Gemini now or whether I do it tomorrow, I'm not sure, but hang on to your hats. It's coming. Wassail.